Mycobacterium tuberculosis by Sairiti from MYP2B. So what is Mycobacterium tuberculosis? It is a bacteria that attacks the lungs and causes a very deadly disease called tuberculosis. This bacteria can attack any part of the body, for example kidney, brain and the spinal cord. If this disease is not treated properly, it will be very fatal. So how big is this mycobacterium? It is pretty big. It's 2 to 4 micrometers and it replicates in 1 to 2 days, which is very small for a mycobacterium. The habitation is its lungs, spinal cord, brain of the victim. Its nutrition is carbohydrates and fats. This bacterium will spread from an infected person if the person speaks, coughs, sneezes, or sings. The bacteria will be breathed by a healthy person. Not everyone infected by the bacteria shall be sick. Most people do not get sick when this happens. This is called a latent TB infection. Advantages of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So the advantages of this mycobacterium are, it is also called the host defense because the mycobacterium creates pathogens that help the host. The bacteria can fix cells that are damaged and tissues that are damaged. The bacteria increases the power of T cells. Disadvantages of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is very weak against vinegar and acetic acid. It's very deadly and could cause death if not treated properly. Can attack the most important parts of the body: brain, spinal cord, lungs, kidney. Very hard to kill as mycobacterium become very powerful in the patient's body. How science fights against this mycobacterium? Science has already made a vaccine. A cure for Mycobacterium tuberculosis is also acetic acid as well as vinegar. The new vaccine also protects babies too, so there's no barrier so that you can give the medicine to all ages, as said before. With the vaccines and medicines, scientists are willing to make a cure that is applicable for all bodies. How Mycobacterium tuberculosis attacks people. The bacteria attacks the factor social. A vast number of people get affected. So many were affected, the people get affected by doing simple activities like coughing, sneezing, and or speaking. The bacteria attacks in two types: TB disease and TB infection. So what is TB disease and what is TB infection? TB disease is when a person gets infected by TB germs when they breathed it. The TB infection is when a person gets the infection but not spread it by another person. The mycobacterium in the victim is replicating if it's the TB disease, and TB infection is when the latent TB infection begins. Fun facts. So these are the symptoms that tell whether you have TB. And people who are tested have result on positive on their skin. The attacks the part of the body. It can be cured by acetic acid but cannot work on everyone because it's a mycobacterium. The reason why mycobacteriums are hard to kill is because they strengthen so much in in the patient's body that the vaccines are helpless against the bacteria. My sources, the end.